Hello and welcome to Zondell, Lands of Discordance, a Dungeons & Dragons 5e campaign. Have most of our players with us once again. A few who may pop in and out depending on connectivity and availability later. We resume where we left off last, with the party having been discussing the difficulties of facing both the Heart of Darkness and that which the stars rejected, and the possibility of having to fight both of them either simultaneously or merged, or being caught between them, as well as all of the staff and guests who could be in the way if they were to do that, with still being in Castle Evanpeak. And so Strahd has decided to basically force a temporary evacuation and suggest the party and himself go into the Shimmer to try and get back what Yllenda had stolen, as well as for him to face some things that he had thought were long gone and forgotten. And in the meantime, Syl's sisters were also going to go and attack their father. So, first, we will start off with the party having been talking with Strahd. He has made this suggestion, but it has not yet gone out to the different guard and staff. There is still time to discuss it. If there are any objections or suggestions for improvement upon his plan other than let's get everybody the fuck out of here so we can fight properly later after we get something.
You know what? Darwin had an idea. Situation. Odds are, very safe place to send him is home guild. Rather safe place. Not much to worry about other than Darwin.
Okay. And where would Darwin's home guild be?
I'm assuming it'd be in the same plane. That's how he would meet up with Strahd and that. Given that he's a hill dwarf, far south, definitely warmer climates. Again, I don't remember the exact map, but it's definitely far enough away that the Heart of Darkness and that would.
Well, I can tell you, it's not on the frost chart. That's for sure. There's no cold, warm place
that
in
is
there.
for sure. Okay, so that's definitely for sure.
Well, no, that's not necessarily true. There's nothing that's tropical, but for example, the Valley of Ivarab is warmer than the other surrounding area because of the fact that it is a valley, and some of the thermal springs and things like that have made it so that it's possible for stuff to be grown in there. And there are other pockets here and there in areas like that, as well as stuff that's underground. Bubbles that are deep in the rock where hydrothermal vents are heating up a cavern and things of that sort. So there is a possibility in that regard, yes. It's just, like I said, not going to be tropical. So,
the Goliath is gonna speak up. I don't trust short man. Send them into the woods. Woods make them go everywhere.
That short man is the only one that healed you. And if it wasn't for him, you'd be dead. We kind of don't like you right now.
Wait, why don't you like me? I'm the Goliath, not the one that casted fireball.
I know. Oh, we know. But you
Fuck?
two were together, so you're still on my
Doesn't mean that
list.
was me.
Yes, we killed your friend. Who's to say you're not gonna try to do something while we least expect it?
I so want to fire a ballista bolt at you right now.
This is exactly what I'm talking about.
That was out of character that I said that.
Oh,
I
okay.
so want to
But
fire a
still,
ballista bolt right now.
this is exactly what I'm talking about.
Sending the people into the Wandering Woods does not mean that they will necessarily be out of the way, simply that some may be lost for some time, possibly even only for a short time before coming back out of it. And there are very many known dangerous things within it. Darwin, go ahead and make a persuasion roll. And Leviathan, you may attempt one at disadvantage.
Yeah, one sec. I gotta pull up D&D Beyond since I can't find my actual dice.
Here, you want me to roll for you?
I do not trust your rolls, no.
Good, because it was a 1.
Use Dice Maiden. She's wonderful.
You were right to not trust it.
Let's have fun.
Okay, so.
Alright, I
think
got
this
an
on Sphinx.
18.
You said persuasion, right?
Oh, wait, persuasion.
Yes, and yours is at disadvantage.
21.
Disadvantage?
21.
Is that with the disadvantage?
Yes.
Wait, is
I
Darwin?
rolled a
at
19 and an
disadvantage?
18.
Darwin is not at disadvantage. Goliath was.
Okay, give me 1 second, I'm
because
gonna-
I am
of
because
strong
my idea is stupid.
Plus 10. The total is 25.
Dang it, only 4 more than mine.
It is a long journey to where you are from, but it does sound at least like a safer place. However, there is at least the possibility of any who are not certain if we can trust could be sent into the woods instead.
What? I was never brave enough for politics.
I mean, in my opinion, it would take more time to transport them out of the way than to send them into the woods for a bit while we deal with whatever's coming up.
We do not know how long this will necessarily take to resolve. Knowing they are going to a certain location where we can have someone fly out and catch them before they reach it, if we resolve it quickly, at least means we know where they're at. Whereas with the Wandering Woods, they could be anywhere and come out at any time.
I mean, with the Wandering Woods, we know that they're in the vicinity, so they can't really be anywhere because it's not like it's all over the continent. However, with having something go all over the continent, you always have an increased risk of get bandit attacks, etc. Especially with a large group like that, just all of a sudden relocating.
A large group is better able to defend themselves versus several groups that have been split up within the woods. It
How
is
many
a
how many orcs are you sending with this caravan? Because it would need a
would
lot.
be almost everyone.
I would like to point out, the Wandering Woods has a bit of a time effect to it, right, mate?
There are portals there that lead to and from other planes and demi-planes, and portals that lead within itself, as well as the woods itself shifting around, and distorting things.
That's how I joined the party.
Which is why
Exactly,
it
that
would be
doesn't sound like a
difficult to ensure that any group would stay together instead of being spread out even more vastly and attacked by what resides within the woods. Or ending up
Well,
in
you
a
said
completely
it
different
yourself.
plane.
The woods are constantly shifting. All that they have to do is run from it, and there's always the possibility that they'll get shifted to somewhere else in the woods.
Look, giant men, I know you think you're being used. Stop. The Wandering Woods are not worth the risk, in any way, shape, or form.
As I said,
Someone
they
like
could
you
be
could
for
easily
somebody
survive.
who's not
But not
to be
everybody's like you.
trusted, but that is a tactic more for dealing with trouble rather than avoiding it. Regardless, at present I'm not hearing any other suggestions.
So who all is going to be in this group that I'm going to take? Because I can only hold it open for 1 minute.
And I rolled a 1 on what's actually going on. What's going on?
So
You don't understand.
Darwin is suggesting that since Strahd said everybody should evacuate Castle Evan Peak for the time being, Darwin suggested sending the majority over to his people, to the guild that he's from.
He wants to evacuate because of the Heart of Darkness, right?
Because of the Heart of Darkness and that which the stars rejected.
The
Ah.
giant slime thing coming up.
Yes.
Wait,
the
do I need to kill something?
The magnetic giant slime thing, which was crushing people within their armor as it tried to pull them toward it.
And it also shoots plasma.
It shits
So,
plasma?
It shoots plasma beams out.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
And every time you cut off,
If you
He comes
damage
in
it
a black
enough
slime.
in a certain way, it'll spit out a black pudding as well.
Black pudding. It's like licorice. I don't like black things. Wait, hang on.
Yeah,
Wait, hang on. Hang on, whoa.
And Benevolence isn't here to comment on that.
Definitely not Phyllis was
Oh god.
putting happos.
Hang on. Let me just
I
backpedal.
don't-
Yay,
I-
Banhammer.
you are inviting any racists to our
said that.
party.
Let me just backpedal from that real quick.
Oh no, there's no backpedaling from that.
You can't run.
So,
Anyways,
as I said, Darwin suggested sending some to his people at his guild, and the Goliath suggested sending them into the Wandering Woods, and everybody was jumping on why that is a bad idea, and Strahd's like, maybe the ones we're not sure we can trust we can trick into there, but the majority probably not.
I mean, I still think it's a good idea. It's much better because you would have to send all of your guards to help transport them safely. Then who would that leave here to take care of the situation here? That would leave
Nobody,
absolutely
because
no
we're
one.
leaving.
If we send all the civilians into the wood, we can have all the guards here ready to fight whatever the fuck is crawling up that goddamn sewer.
You seem to forget the fact that the guards themselves are in danger with what they are prepared with.
They just need to suck it up and not use metal. Simple as that. I'm sure that it
they're
can be
doing
done.
their job.
They need to do their job and help guard the fucking castle.
How about we just open up the grating for the sewers and let you drop down and handle it then that way?
Oh, I already have it open. As soon as you get everyone else here ready, I'll jump down there myself first.
Yeah,
Well,
I
once we
agreed
start-
with that at that plan the first time he mentioned it. Also, he set himself on fire in the first plan, and I still agree with that.
Oh yeah, I
You just
forgot. He
want me
wanted to set himself on fire and then drop.
That's what he said the first
He
time.
wanted
don't
to
think
turn
that's
himself
a-
into a giant
He
Molotov
did say he's gonna
cocktail,
throw
essentially.
fire down there, set himself on fire, and
He
throw
wants
some
to boil
fire
it.
weapons down there.
Even though not all slimes are like impervious to fire.
burn it alive.
It's like Jello, right?
Yeah, so freeze it. It can't do anything if it's frozen.
Well,
No
how
one
about
wanted
you
to
go
listen
down
to
there
that
and freeze
idea, no.
If you want to freeze it so bad, go down there and freeze it, huh? Huh? Yeah, that's what I thought.
I don't have any freezing spells, you dolt.
Exactly what I thought. Who
Yeah,
does?
and you don't have any
Well,
flame spells now, do
does-
ya, big man?
No, no, but I
I
can fucking
mean-
make fire with fucking alcohol in a match.
Yeah, so came the bimbo living outside. That doesn't mean anything.
Okay? Yeah, how are you gonna freeze it, huh? Nobody has fucking ice spells, do they?
We still have the Archmage here, and I guarantee there's some pretty talented magicians and wizards and sorcerers here, even in this room, maybe, that probably have something that will work.
I mean, I'm here now too, but you
If
know.
they are, then
So
speak
there
up.
you go.
Well, then go down there and freeze it, then. If you all have magic that can do it, go down there and freeze it.
We could try
I'm still
eating
with
it.
the plan on setting you on fire and throw you down there.
You can set me
Yeah,
on
we'll
fire
try
and
the-
throw me down after it's frozen. And if they're freezing, even works on it.
I thought the whole point, though, was that we're gonna go something that's gonna help us deal with this, though. That's the whole point of why we're all gathering up here. Is going to group up, go to the Shimmer, go after that one individual who I'm already forgetting the name of because I'm no good at names, and grabbing back that artifact, beat this thing, because it's gonna be far better than us trying to freeze it or set it on fire. So why are we still even having this argument?
Because this is something that needs to be dealt with immediately. Like,
Time works differently in these two. Darwin's just gonna kind of step back.
We got some lava around
He's
here,
gonna, like,
maybe.
kinda just slow. He's evaluating how worth it is to actually send the Goliath down there just so he doesn't have to deal with it.
Oh God!
Hey, several people are thinking it.
And
know.
Sue has stated it out loud that that's what she wants to do.
Yeah, I mean, Straw did.
I think
Strahd
anything
did
that puts
too,
any,
yes.
I think anything that puts anyone else in danger, Syl will go for.
Yeah, let's be honest.
As long as it won't put her in danger as well.
Yeah,
So Still's a sadist.
that
Wait.
cannot be confirmed or denied.
No, it's confirmed.
What races are everybody, and how much do you guys weigh?
Well, I don't feel like telling you.
I don't. He's a dwarf. You can definitely pick him up.
Yeah, but you're also an elf. You
I'm
can't
a
weigh
dwarf,
much.
but I have boots of springing and striding. I am not a football.
Strahd is a human vampire. Giselle is
I don't
a
care-
half
I don't care about
werewolf.
I don't care about Strahd. I'm gonna walk over to Syl, pick her up.
Why?
Because she agreed with my plan of jumping down there, so she's going with me.
Fuck you.
She agreed with your plan of you jumping down there.
Okay, she agreed with the plan, meaning that she wants to jump down too, so I'm picking her up. That would be
you.
athletics check.
No, that would be
Levi,
an
you
attack
don't need
roll.
to continue the meme of
Oh,
all your
attack roll,
characters
huh?
dying.
Add strength or anything else.
Well,
Are you
unless
proficient?
you're proficient in unarmed attacks, it would be just your attack roll.
23.
So, what's your AC?
That is a good question.
Sil hasn't been attacked in a long time.
That is a good point. Syl has not been attacked in a very.
More hit with
Come down,
saves than
Yeah.
direct attack.
Even in the instance of when Sil turned on everyone and I was mind controlled, but I was the one that got the shit beat out of me.
Yeah, you hit her.
Yeah. I'm gonna start carrying her away. She said about wanting to jump with me, so we're going to jump.
She's gonna sneak attack you with her hidden blade.
I was gonna say, you're gonna regret that decision.
Yeah, you're gonna have like. I think you misunderstand how good she is at stabbing people in the back.
Not even in the back, in the front too.
Oh yeah, true. Ooh, that's not a good sign to see. This car, right?
Can I sneak attack him?
I mean, you are being held. You're not having an advantage. 1 second here.
I mean, haven't you ever seen Assassin's Creed? Hidden blade in the wrists?
Right. Just yeah. No, she's gonna use her boot hidden blade and just kick him in the crotch.
Oof.
That would be
Does
funny.
she have a boot hidden blade?
Yes, she does.
Does he have a crotch?
Are you sure that she has a boot hidden blade?
Yes,
Oh,
because
yeah.
it was something that was from
We're
a
making
long
sound
time ago
effects.
been put into their character. They specifically went to have that added into their equipment in character in session.
Oh god.
Yep,
Why the fuck do you need hidden blades? God
because
damn
she's
it.
an assassin.
She's an assassin, and
Because
she was
this is
small, and
Sil.
people picked her up, so she needed to stab people with her feet.
Okay. She's been picked up. Make contested strength rolls. It'll be on whether or not you just got picked up or if you got restrained.
Okay. Oof, that's not good.
21.
So that's a 7 plus 7. 14.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
So you have disadvantage on trying to kick him with it.
But the hidden blade gives me advantage on attack the first time I use it.
So you
So
just have a
it
straight
would
roll
be-
instead of advantage on it.
Alright.
But then anything.
The
That's-
kick! Hey, nice. That's a 30.
I'm gonna take a guess and say that hit.
That hits.
Nice.
Yeah. If it doesn't, that's a sign something's wrong.
So that's 2, 7, 9, 12, 17.
The fuck kind of damage does this shit do?
You
Well, it's
misunderstand
sneak
how
attack.
much damage a high-level assassin can strike.
Wait, would you get a sneak attack on that? The fuck?
The boot does give it on the first attack on use, but only the first one. And because of the fact that she had disadvantage from being restrained, it became a straight roll, but she still hit you.
So that's 18 plus 7, 25 piercing damage. And then she's gonna say to let go of her.
Oh, you think that that'll make me let go? You said that you wanted to jump down with me, so let's go.
I did not say that!
And my roll, I'm just gonna keep on walking down.
There we go.
So, Leviathan, ready to make a new character? Again?
I mean, he said about wanting to go down with me.
She did not say that.
I have an intelligence of +2. Only because I can track stuff. I do not understand interactions between people.
Okay.
Clearly.
So it's... So what you're saying is you have a disability.
Yes.
Ah, interesting. Are you Dennis? Did you create Dennis as a character?
Yeah, yes, I created Dennis as a character.
I see.
As you are carrying Syl and trying to leave, anybody else may attempt to stop them if you wish. Strahd is mumbling something and hand twitching around as he is looking at the Goliath and walking along. Just this narrowed eyes and furrowed brow.
Is it like he's casting a spell, or...?
Anybody wants to make a Arcana check? He is
I will, but I
mumbling,
need double
but
check what my...
it is audible, but he is mumbling.
Yeah, I'm gonna... I gotta just
I
double check.
rolled a 17.
I rolled a 17 as well.
I got like 13 total. Not good.
Okay. So, Darwin, you know it's some kind of enchantment spell? Owen and the Goliath. No, it is Gias that he is starting to cast.
What is that?
You'll find out soon.
That's not a good sign.
But wait, if I know what the spell is, then I should know what it does.
You don't yourself cast spells, correct?
I mean, I'm a ranger, so I have some spells.
Right, but you don't have that specific spell. So you know at least what you've heard, not necessarily what it definitely does. So that's why I'm asking to verify.
What have I heard?
Correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So from what you've heard at least, it is a spell that is used to force people to carry out commands.
Well, I'm about to be mind controlled.
You'll get used to it.
All right. As you are hearing that, and he is walking along, are you reacting to that at all?
Don't cast spells on me, man.
He doesn't stop his fumbling. Just narrows his eyes a little more. You continuing to carry Syl away?
Okay, I'm just gonna bust into a sprint and get away as fast as possible.
Okay, so you're going to move your full movement?
Yep.
Okay. All right, what is your movement?
30 feet.
Okay. So dashing, you are able to do 60.
Yep.
Okay.
Probably not far enough away, but oh well.
Strahd also has 30 feet and can dash.
Can still try to get out of the
You may
hole?
attempt to, yes. This is just seeing whether or not, because of the quick, starting of casting the spell, that Strahd is doing that. So you may attempt to break it by attacking or a contested strength roll. It would be at disadvantage for either, though.
Well, that's a 1 on the strength roll. So that's a 8.
And I have a 14 on the strength roll.
Fantastic.
Okay.
She's gonna tell you and try to intimidate you to unhand her before you regret something you're gonna do.
I'm not gonna regret anything. You're the one that wants me to jump down, so you can jump down too.
Okay. Anybody else trying to chase after or do anything else?
Does seem like they'll have fun.
Oh, God, my lungs. I was trying to say something, my lungs stopped working on me.
Your lungs.
Darwin, yeah, my lungs. But Darwin is going to start following after since he knows Count Strahd is spell to most likely shield the giant out, and he is going to use cutting words on the giant, so whatever the spell is that much more effective.
Okay. So, Goliath, not giant, but still. You may go ahead and attempt that. You will... Let me see here.
Basically calling him a giant frickin' idiot. That's all he's saying is he's chasing along.
Yeah, 60 feet. Okay, so you don't have to dash. You can just walk after and still be in range. That's all I wanted to just double check.
Yeah.
This is the first
I
time
make an
anybody's used
intelligence check to see if I'm smart enough to understand the insult.
Considering how I said it in the most basic comment I possibly could, yes.
Can I still do it? To see if I understand.
Don't you have a +2 to intelligence?
Yes, but I'm hoping that he's oblivious to the interpersonal stuff.
I feel like...
It's only immune if it can't hear you or immune to being charmed. Even if they don't understand your language, they technically will still be affected.
It's like how a dog understands your tone of voice type deal.
Yes. So. So if you make an attack roll, ability check, or damage roll, Darwin is able to use a reaction to subtract that number. So, as nobody else is attempting to stop you, just doing that. As you continue running and making your way back down toward the sewer grate opening, I need you to... I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
So I just remembered something. That slime can mind control people. Uh-oh. Hold on a second.
Well,
17.
I
we
think
were
we found out.
saying, I think we did mention that you better get ready to make a new character.
Wait, what?
What? Nothing.
I mean, I have a monk already, kinda drafted up, but I was hoping for another campaign.
All right, as Strahd finishes the spell, he says, "You will stop behaving foolishly and obey the commands of myself and those who are in charge of this tower."
What if he doesn't think that his behavior is foolish?
He did say, "and obey the commands."
Oh, true.
So, are you stopping?
I mean, he has not told me to stop moving yet. He told me to obey commands, but he never gave me a command.
The command was to stop being foolish.
But he doesn't think that it's foolish.
Okay. You want to continue running?
Can still
I
make
mean,
another attempt to
if
break
Strahd,
free.
if Strahd yells at him to stop moving, he'll stop moving, but he doesn't think that what he's doing is foolish. He just thinks that he's right.
Mm-hmm.
He believes that it's the only way to stop him.
Mm-hmm. Spell doesn't matter in terms of what you think, as long as it's counter to the command. That's what I'm saying. Your
Oh,
character thinking that you're fine and going anyways.
Wait, isn't this a mind control spell? Why do I have a choice?
You are charmed, but that doesn't mean that you can't take your actions. However, you might take some damage if you go counter to the instructions. So that's what I'm saying. Would your character, thinking Strahd is a cool guy, still try to continue with your plan because you don't think you're being foolish?
No, I'm gonna ask him what's wrong with the plan.
Okay. So, Strahd uses turn doing the spell and dashing. You have stopped and are asking that. Are you doing anything else before we'll switch over to still trying to break free again?
Nope.
Okay.
Well, no, I'll let go of the. I'll let go of Cell. However, I'm not gonna place her down gently. I'm just gonna drop her to the floor.
Okay. All right. So you have been set down.
Fantastic. I'm gonna ask Strahd if we could kill him. Or if he wants.
He'd be of more use being sent down to waste time with that thing than us just simply wasting time killing him. But he could be of use if there are dangers in the Shimmer that we could use someone to go forth and test first if they're going to be that foolish.
If you say so, Count. She's gonna get up and not be very happy, and she's gonna go back to where they were at.
And Strahd would look at the Goliath and say, "It is foolish to simply go and attack that thing without coordinated effort to ensure that you're not simply overwhelmed quickly
How scary can that thing be? It's a slow-moving blob of goo.
It crushed two of my guards within their own armor.
Because it has some weird magnetic properties or something like that.
It was more than 100 feet away.
Is Darwin nearby to hear him say,
Oh.
hear the Goliath say, "Oh, it's only 2 guards," or whatever he just said?
Would you have followed?
Yeah, just to make sure things were going all right and not about to go hit the shit.
Okay, then yeah, you would have been within 30 feet then and able to do it.
Alright, I'm using 7th level catapult on my light hammer directly into that Goliath's head.
Yeah.
I was emotionally attached to that guard. Nah.
No, I didn't say anything about the guards. I said that
What did
it
you
had
say?
weird. I said that the blob. I said that all that it is a weird slow moving blob of goo that has weird magnetic properties. And then he was like, and Strahd said about it killing 2 of his guards.
Okay,
I said nothing about the guards.
good. Careful.
God damn, about to attack me because you thought that I said something about the guards.
Yeah.
Well, you did say the only reason it was able to kill them was because it had some freaky magnet thing.
Oh
That
yeah,
doesn't say anything about their skill,
reason.
but it does
That
say
is the
that-
only reason I was able to kill them because it has weird magnetic properties.
Now
If
he's watching his
anything,
words.
if anything, I was complimenting the guards, saying that they would have been able to beat it if it wasn't for the magnetic properties.
Mhm.
Okay.
So, Strahd just pinches the bridge of his nose, rubs it lightly, and says, "Let's get back to the others and continue this planning things out." He just turns and starts walking back.
Okay, I follow.
Yeah, so we'll be going back as well.
Alright. After Strahd returns with the Goliath and Syl, he's still in the middle of rubbing the bridge of his nose as he comes back to the rest of the group and is like, "So, a few of the staff and guests had gone into the Shimmer after Yllenda and returned without her. From what they said, there are dangers in the ground itself, as well as atop these plateaus where they had found what they thought was Yllenda and something confusing for them. Some twisted version of myself. They thought perhaps it was some oddity of time or someone simply being confused who looked similar, but I'm not entirely certain myself. It seems a vague memory of something long ago. But I think that it is a fragment of myself that I split off when trying to cure myself through other means, science, instead of magic. oddities of strange texts from the land that I used to rule before the Shetland. Texts from even before I had been born, let alone turned into what I am. If indeed this is what I think it may be, there is a very real possibility that they may attempt to do the same to Yllenda. Some of you do not know her very well, but some of you have known her for quite some time. And most of you, though not all, are aware that after returning from a long journey, time and space, with some of the people who are before you, her sword was made whole once more. It was what caused the surge of power that has bestowed new capabilities on guests and guards and staff, and that energy and sword is itself still untapped potential. I would not wish to see it remain in the hands of a twisted version of Yllenda, even if the original had taken several things out of Castle Edmontique. I do not think that a malicious version of her would wield the sword favorably if we were to find her carrying it. That, among other reasons, is why we should find her and what she had taken quickly. Are there any questions regarding this new information?
Sounds simple enough.
Sill's gonna say that we should probably bring Umbra with us, because she's been in the Shimmer for 500 years. So she has a pretty good idea of it.
Is Umbra the one that gave Darwin the violin?
No. That's one of Arundel's characters.
Oh,
Miranda.
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 God, that's been forever, and I'm still holding on to that goddamn violin. I don't know what to do with it. I don't know how to play violin.
Learn it.
Oh no, Umbra was the one Darwin had shared the initial dreams of the shadow being thing with. That's what it was. Okay.
And y'all had that little instrument session.
Yes, that.
Also, she'd be kind of screwed because she's in a workshop surrounded by metal. So if it hasn't started affecting her yet, she'll notice it soon enough.
Thankfully, that is higher up, so it hasn't yet started to do more than just wobble.
Well, that's good.
So, do not know necessarily if that fragment, if it is what it is, but I think it is, will remain where it was found before, as it had tricked those sent into the Shimmer with the facsimile of Yllenda and some illusions. Or if they need their location for whatever they may be attempting to do. So I think we will need to bring some rations as well as supplies for surviving there. Where we would be arriving itself is, as I said, dangerous territory where there are things that burrow through the ground. Our goal would be to quickly make it to the plateaus and find a way up to the top.
Well, in terms of rations and everything, as long as I don't burn out through my magic too much, got some handy spells that'll keep us nicely hydrated and fed. But that does mean no interrupting my beauty sleep.
I think that I have some spells that can help with that kind of thing.
Help with the beauty sleep or help with the food?
With the food, I can make these weird berries that make it so that you don't need to eat or drink for the whole day.
Yeah, so in terms of rations then, as long as we're not bringing too many people, we should be covered.
I can make 10 berries a day, so as long as we take less than 10 people, we're good.
I can make enough food and water for essentially 15 people in one sitting, so...
So we can
Then,
at max have 25 people.
which frankly we won't need.
So we have food and drink perhaps handled. I'd suggest still a small supply in case there are anti-magic fields or other dangers that spells are needed for more. But at least it is good to know that we have some backup for the majority of us, says Cincy. Goes to a box and opens it and pulls out a bottle of blood wine and starts drinking a little. Won't suit for my nutrition needs though. So, what capabilities do some of you have as far as keeping off the ground or otherwise protecting yourselves while on it?
Well, he already knows Sill's plan.
if we aim to just simply deal with whatever's on or in the ground as soon as we arrive there, what about ascending the plateaus? I'm somewhat limited depending on the time of day we arrive on whether or not I can simply fly up or have to keep out of the sun, but at least can wary enough to keep myself from burning at all.
So it's like I got a grappling against rope and a climber's kit.
Well, if you're able to set the rope as you climb and make it easier for the rest, that could be of great use.
Yeah. Don't know about the others. I thought there was a couple of people that could fly.
There might be. Nobody does, at the present time, seem to be coming forward and confirming that, though.
The gargoyle with the wings.
Everybody's
Okay.
perfectly willing to discuss tossing the Goliath down into the sewers, but yeah. What about fighting
What about
these
that?
things in the ground or climbing up rock?
What about that magic guy that went with us to the sewer? He could do a long distance teleportation spell.
Wait, what guy? Huh?
That elf guy.
I believe he may need some time to rest before he might be capable, but it is possible he has enough magic available. Do you know where he
And
has
what
gone?
And what about that healer guy, Xanderdu? We gonna leave him here?
He might be of more use on traveling toward Darwin's guild, healing and protecting.
And what about that other elf lady and all the other elves that bond here? There's the sisters and I think woman elf. They're gonna go with them, or are they gonna be part of the group we send to the Wandering Wood? I'm all for sending them to the Wandering Wood.
And why would that be exactly?
All the elves can go there.
Aside from that,
I mean, that's
Wait a second. Aren't you an elf?
no,
she is not an
presently.
elf.
Oh. Oh
No,
god, I
she
was
is
gonna
a
say,
Sevakal.
why the fuck is Syl sending her own
blue-
guy there?
A blue-toned Sevakal, because she was an elf.
No, she's not blue anymore. Xander cured her.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
She's
about
gray.
that. Yeah, gray.
She's gray skin. But,
I'm only like one of the few elves that are in the party.
Yeah. So she didn't say not excluding what's his face.
Alan,
She said all elves can go that way.
all elves.
All elves.
Just
Ale elves. All the drunken elves can go there.
And then she looks down at you. Oh, you're here. You could probably tag along with us. She'll give you a nudge. Elwyn.
I'll pass.
You don't want to come with us to the Shimmer?
Sorry, I was rolling that one again. What's going on?
Scylla's saying instead of going into the Wandering Woods with the rest of the elves, that you should go into the Shimmer with them. Face the dangers there instead.
I mean, sure, I'll go, but I'll be honest. I'm pretty sure I already know what Syll's up to right now. But you know what? Fuck it.
Yeah. But fuck it.
Sorry, I'm in the middle of writing up this roster right now.
Priorities, I understand.
What roster are you writing?
I'm the 501st Code Monkey.
you're unlucky.
Hellfire.
Alright, so. Any other suggestions of individuals we should take with into the Shimmer? Or other resources?
Is there anybody that I can fit in my basket? Preferably that casts spells.
There
I
was
mean,
Whisper,
Darwin
but
might, but I don't have any real. I have a 7th level spell slot, and that's it. Until I sleep.
I mean, the Goliath could put you to sleep.
That count as a 7-hour rest or a full rest?
Hey, if I knock him out long enough, does that count as a rest for him?
Yeah, no.
Oh.
What if I willingly fell asleep in the basket?
That would be different.
Okay, hop in the basket, take a nap in there. I'll carry you around.
I appreciate it, big guy.
Wait, you could sleep until we need you, and then whenever. Wait, hold on one sec. I'm getting a call.
Again, because I have a lot of spell slots, but they're all used right now except for one. Which I can kind of shift around thanks to sorcery points, but I'm not going to be able to do much unless I get some sleep, because I've been running on fumes for Lord knows how long now.
Okay.
So yeah, I guess Darwin's sleeping in the basket.
We could bring Miranda, I guess. Or Adam.
Is Dobbs making that suggestion?
Yes!
Makes it so much funnier when it stops doing it. I suggest Miranda. Why is my impression of Dobbs sound like a slightly deeper voiced Obama?
Because
Yes.
that's how you imagine him for some odd reason.
Dobbs is just a buff fighter Obama. Alright, that's the new headcanon.
There was
Adam...
a weird, funny time travel webcomic that had Obama in the apocalypse sending somebody back in time, where he was super buffed up. I forget what
Adam's a cleric that can support, and Miranda has some distraction magic support.
Strahd nods a little bit and says, I've seen them both using some spells. Of the two of them, I'm not entirely certain who would be of better use, protecting the guests and staff or coming with us.
Well, if it
Well,
has
in
to do
terms
with
of the-
protection, then Adam should probably go with the guests and the staff. And then Miranda can come with us.
Very well.
Since I have a bit of healing capabilities too, that way we have some people who are capable of healing both with the civilians and with us, so good way to split it.
All right. Anybody else have any suggestions? People, resources?
Do we have anything
Sorry
good?
about that.
Storage.
Storage?
That's like bag of holding, something along those lines. Because again, with the food spell that I've got, that'll help keep us ration everything. It's a lot, and we're gonna need some jugs or pots or something to hold the water in when the spell creates it.
I believe that a few of you have such means. He glances about. If I'm not mistaken, Elwyn would have the bag of holding presently.
What?
You have the bag of holding presently, don't you?
I have a bag of holding.
So, yeah.
Umbra
keeping-
has 2 bags of holding and a portable hole. But those things contain all of her
Well,
crafting
you guys are also
materials.
forgetting about the prison wallets.
I hate to say it, but you can't fit many jugs inside those.
Have you tried?
Not with that kind of attitude.
You don't know my life.
Internet, welcome to what
Wait.
is a regular Sunday when a session actually happens.
Hey, I've got an idea for how we can store the stuff. Empty out some alcohol barrels by dumping it down on the monster, and then boom, we have space. Plus, we can throw a match. Plus, we can throw a match down and try and burn it.
I'm not entirely certain whether or not that will not just add more fluid to the ooze and potentially increase its size further.
If we light the alcohol, it'll be on fire. Don't worry about the fluid. It'll catch fire. It'll burn the creature some. Get rid of the alcohol. Everything will be fine. And we'll also have storage.
And as we discussed previously, that could simply anger it to hurry its way up instead of taking its slower pace.
A thing that big can't move very fast. We all know this. It's just too slow.
It
I'll love it
entirely
if later
depends
there's
on
a
how
chase.
thin it can make itself. When I turn into a cloud of mist, I can go through small spaces very quickly.
But you're also not the size of that thing. Even if it can
But
squeeze itself very
comparatively-
thin. Even if it can squeeze itself very thin, it still has a lot of mass that would be stretched out for a while. It still can't move very fast.
Comparatively, it might not be as large as myself going through a keyhole. But regardless, any part of it that comes closer might extend that magnetic field it has. So, Dobbs, if you would consider approaching them and seeing if they are willing to. Silically, if you would look for the individuals you are suggesting and see if they are available. As far as the
Roger.
alcohol, it can certainly be left in the room for the sake of dumping down later. If it starts getting too close or after we have returned, if we return quickly.
but I was suggesting using the alcohol barrel as a sword.
The barrel itself could be set on fire when being sent down into the sewers, if it will fit. And if it cannot, the alcohol can be poured down and part of the wood of the barrel set on fire and tossed down. But, regardless, sending it down before we leave, before we have time for the guests and guards and staff to leave, may not be the wisest idea.
But there's always the chance that it may be the wise idea.
An exceptionally infinitesimal one, perhaps.
And who's to say that this artifact is still in the area that you say it is? That would be a
Which
small
is
chance.
why we are wanting to go quickly.
Well, then why haven't we gone yet?
Because
you
we
won't
are
stop
needing
arguing.
supplies and such, and you keep bringing up foolish plans.
Hey, you wanted storage. I was suggesting using the alcohol barrel as storage.
Alright. As there is a little bit of going back and forth, Dobbs slips out. Go ahead and do a investigation check as you are looking for them. And Soliloquy, if you are going to not simply watch and pull out popcorn, if you would like to do one for trying to find Umbra and Riordan.
This time she will be proactive.
17.
Umbra should be at the workshop. She said she's gonna be developing some plans. So does that get an advantage roll?
I will say yes, since you at least know a place to start. Whether she's there or not, you can perhaps find her trail if she is or is not there.
You said investigation?
Yes.
That is a 22.
Umbra is able to be found without much difficulty in her workshop, as she had said that she would be. Riordan, on the other hand, I want you to go ahead and roll a 1d20 twice.
So she just tells Umbra to pack her stuff and meet Strahd over there at that place. Right?
Yes.
Okay. So d20 twice. That is 16 and a 3.
So, how would the twins be trying to deal with Riordan presently?
Kill him in his sleep.
So, Soliloquy finds them hovering over his bed in clearly murderous intent in their actions.
Oof.
that is stabbing him or smothering him or whatever method they would find most useful.
They'd be like smothering him and stabbing him.
Okay. How does Soliloquy react to that?
She does kind of like the guy. She's gonna call for the guard and then attack Mia.
Okay. Go ahead and roll out initiative for the 3 as you are rolling that out. Dobbs. You are easily able to find Adam, who is, I'm guessing, still trying to assist different people who have been injured or acting strangely due to all of the corruptive influence and violence that they're begetting upon each other. Miranda would be easy enough to find browsing through and researching through some of Archmage Lewis's texts.
I would suggest that Adam, that we need some help for the people that are going down into the Wandering Woods. Chaperone protection.
Okay.
Whatnot.
Just one point of clarification. The majority are being sent to the guild that Darwin is a part of. Strahd has suggested sending the untrustworthy ones into the Wandering Woods. Just tricking them. So, if you'd like Adam to be guarding the ones who...
Nope, guard the ones that are good, the trustworthy ones.
Okay.
Oh man, Adam's gonna love it at the guild. We've got like bingo and hookers and stuff, you know? It's gonna be great. Real party town. I'm joking. I'm not very funny.
If he wouldn't have said bingo, it would have been.
Do you prefer poker?
Yes.
But that's not very competitive.
Yes, it is.
Sorry, but your opinion is wrong.
Alright. And what does Dobbs say with regard to Miranda? Okay. Alright. And as you've got the noise in your background, I will say that given her new positions under Strahd and Giselle, that she most likely would agree to helping out with that, since Strahd is had Dobbs go and ask. Meanwhile, Soliloquy.
Yo.
As Syl has the highest initiative, what is Syl trying to do?
She's going to attack. Do they know that she's there? Well, yeah, because she shouted guards and
yeah,
then
that's
attacked.
what I was just about to say. I would think that shouting for the guards probably clued them in, whether or not they noticed her open the door in the first place or not.
Alright, so she's going to attack the robe. With adamantine short. So that's a 1.
Wonderful.
Yep. I'm here to help you.
Roll
Stab.
3d6.
Oh no.
Soliloquy slips on part of the rug and misses. Mia, seeing them pretty much sprawl onto part of the bed in the process. You're not prone, but it is a very amusing, awkward failure.
That's
Well, I mean,
cool.
me, I was just trying to stab you in the back.
Right? Nothing to see here. I was trying to stab the guy in the bed. Honest.
Are you saying that, or
Yes. She is going.
Okay. Deception at disadvantage?
I know, because she already called for the guard.
Plus, you kind of drew their attention by calling for the guards before trying to stab them, so they kind of would have turned and seen you aiming at them.
So that's a 9 plus 14. 23.
Okay. And Mia and Fell's insight.
That's not too high on their part. That's a 9 plus 5, so Mia believes. 11. They both believe her.
Okay. So, yeah, they basically, like, kind of try to hold down his arms, like, just aim for the middle.
uh,
Alright. Meanwhile, Strahd is just going back and forth with the Goliath, Kale, and Darwin, a few of the others. Just what resource do we have? You know, what other ideas does anybody have? Have you ever been to the Shimmer or know somebody? What tales have you heard? That sort of thing. Just to see, before going into everything, what is available.
I have no idea.
Okay.
I'm drawing a blank on ideas for this one.
Kale or Goliath have anything?
Question. Do I know what metals are magnetic and what aren't?
I will say make a general intelligence check.
18.
Okay. You have a vague idea on what metals are typically magnetic. You know, sometimes when it comes to spells, magnetism isn't always purely what is with real magnets. But you're not sure if it's magic or if it's just some oddity of its biology.
What was the question?
What your character might possibly know about the Shimmer, or further ideas or resources that could be used for when going into there.
The Shimmer. Hang on. I think I have a bonus on something like that. 1 second.
If he does, that's perfect.
I think I have advantage on history or arcana checks regarding a specific type of thing. Hang on.
So, I want to take like all. Let's see. I don't. Is my backup armor metal?
Okay. So I have advantage on intelligence checks regarding Fae, fiends, or undead, or anything about them, or anything regarding those things that, with which those regions those things are taking place in.
Okay.
So I don't know if I would have an advantage on that or not.
So you wouldn't in that particular case, no.
I'm probably not the one to ask. I mean, I could do a history check, but
You,
or religion.
you could do history, religion, or just a general intelligence, whichever you prefer.
Let's go religion.
Okay.
Oof, that's a 10.
Okay. What little you remember about some different individuals who spoke about it, a lot of the peoples who live in the Shimmer are more nomadic rather than staying put, except in places like great oases, oasis, I should say, and that some of them revere, if not worship, certain types of creatures that are very powerful, and some that are just very numerous. There are some individuals who, for example, group of humans and half elves and halflings who frequently partook in particular desert herbs that were not necessarily the most useful in terms of maintaining their physical and mental health, who revere some of the sand dragons and other things that burrow through the ground. Always looking for the largest of them.
Does anyone have like an item or is from the Shimmer that could I use my Grim Psychometry regarding darker information around the past of that area? But I need someone who's from it, or I have to be in it.
Well, Syl had found Umbra and sent them to meet with the rest. So I'd say they're probably arriving around now. They at least had been there before.
Mm-hmm. Well, I repeat all the information I learned from the religion check.
Okay.
Yeah, she knows quite a bit about the area. Like I said, she's been there for 500 years. But that was 500 years ago.
You wouldn't happen to have anything from the
Correct.
Shimmer on you, would you? From your past?
She. No, she does not.
I mean, it might not have mattered anyway. It's only regarding dark pasts surrounding the object or the area it's from, so it might have not meant anything anyway.
She got rid of all the stuff that was from the Shimmer.
All right. So, Dobbs, after talking to Adam and Miranda, would you just go to rest or anything else that you were doing at present?
If we've got time to rest, then I would go rest. Otherwise, I would meet up and get ready to go.
Okay. Strahd didn't say one way or the other, so you could try to do it or try to meet up and see whether or not it would be a good idea.
Go and coordinate first before I rest.
think it wouldn't be a terrible idea as long as we have people to watch the sewer who are not wearing anything metal or carrying anything metal with them. Some individuals who might have spells or other abilities that are limited in scope may need to do so either before or after we get to the Shimmer, so for sure we are in danger here, but it is a known danger at the very least.
Umber's just gonna state that she does not really feel like going back to the Shimmer, but it would be more preferable to go there than to die.
Very good point.
It's generally not that pleasant to die.
Strahd talking like he's speaking from personal experience, question mark?
Go ahead and roll insight.
Oh, fuck. Alright, I guess we're doing this now. That was a very shitty roll. What has happened to my dice? Please tell me I've got a high bonus at least. Said insight?
Yeah.
I guess that brings it up enough. 15?
Yeah, he definitely seems like he knows what he's talking about.
Right, I'm not gonna delve into that backstory.
Probably how he became a vampire. Um. What was her name? I can't always keep forgetting. What was the Naiad's name?
Linnell.
That one. Yes, Linnell. Umber's gonna ask if Count Strahd if she could come along.
It's certainly her choice.
Okay.
Alright. Meanwhile.
She'll go find her.
Alright. Meanwhile, Siliqui has two unsuspecting fools who are holding
They
down
are. So now she's going to try to properly stab Mia. Is Riordan awake?
He is presently unconscious.
Okay.
You can make a medicine check.
Don't do drugs, kids. Otherwise, you'll be unconscious for your own stabbing.
She's going to. Fuck. Yeah, she'll stab him. She'll fucking douche dice. She's gonna stab Riordan. That is a 23.
Okay. So you
That
do have
definitely
advantage
beats.
on it.
Yep. That was with advantage.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah, that beats his AC. So 76. 5. 11. 16, 20, 20, 22, 7. That's 29 piercing. 2 reorder. Puh.
Okay. I'm guessing he's still alive, but in a lot of pain.
Oh yeah, his max health is 135, so now he's at 100.
So yeah, even though they had been smothering him and done it long enough to knock him out without killing him yet, due to your interruption, that is enough to shock him awake. He gives a loud scream of pain, and there was already guards on their way. The door opens, and there are 2 guards in the doorway. I will say you do hear the door as they are opening it, so you may attempt to find some explanation or remove the sword or whatever you're going to try and do.
She's going to say. Those 2, she's gonna point to Bien Fell, or are the ones that you want.
Okay. Go ahead and make a persuasion check, because it's technically not lying.
Yeah. Okay, that's 15 plus. To 14, that's 29.
Okay. And do you at all offer any explanation for why you're holding your sword while it's in Riordan?
I'm just trying to wake him up.
I fired, but I missed.
Is that what you're actually saying, or are you going to offer some explanation?
That's what she's actually saying. I was just trying to wake him up.
Okay. The guards brandish their weapons and say, "The 3 of you are all going to be confined until Strahd can decide what to do. Soliloquy, I don't know if you have some reasoning to this, but Strahd will sort it out. Maybe you're being controlled, maybe it's something else. I don't know. We're going to take the lot of you away and let them get patched back up."
That sounds fair.
Better than being instantly murdered.
She could take on guards, but she doesn't want.
Okay. And they basically are having the 3 of you walk parallel to each other down the way. You in the middle, since you were saying that they're the ones you want, and yet you're, one stabbing. So, at the very least, they've seen the twins around each other enough to know, let's maybe not set them next to each other.
All right.
So,
Well,
Dobbs, as you are going to your room, Soliloquy and the two elves are being escorted by guards down the hallway intersection that you can see up ahead. There is blood on Sill's blade.
Dubs, kill the elves.
It seems that they are more or less letting the guards sort it out and going to rest.
Fuck you, Dubs. Should have left you back with those fucking kingfishers.
Oh, I have a feeling Dobbs gonna stab bitch.
Alright. So, Riordan goes to go get patched up. Still doesn't know that he was being asked to come meet with Strahd. So, and
Is he
Umbra's
being
able to
patched
find
up by
Riordan
Xander?
and is able to do that. If Riordan would have wanted Xander specifically, then sure.
He doesn't have any reason not to go. And Xander's always there to help.
Right, I'm just saying there are multiple different options.
There aren't as good as options.
Well, considering a lot of them are evil now, then yeah, that's probably true.
Yeah.
Alright. So, that being said, is there anything anybody else would like to do before going and resting?
I kind of want to go to the weapons vendor. I want to get a new weapon.
Just realized I need to pick up weapons as well now I think about it. Really have a stone hammer on me and that's it.
I wanna ask Strahd something before I leave for weapons, though.
Okay, what are you going to ask?
Hey, can you loan me some money for some new equipment since all my armor went down the thing as well as my weapon? So, can you loan me some money so I can replace my stuff?
Go down to the quartermaster with this letter. He starts writing something down. Or I should say the assistant quartermaster, as the primary one is still resting up, healing. They will give you the least expensive, suitable bits of equipment, and you will gladly accept them without hesitation, complaint, or any form of bartering or haggling for something better. Am I understood?
Yes.
He gives you the letter.
Just saying, one of the things I wanted to try and get was something to help with this thing, because if it's magnetic, silver is non-magnetic, so silver should work without getting pulled right out of your hands.
Hey, you remember that time when
Silver
someone?
in and of
I'll
itself,
take what I can get.
silver in and of itself is not the only metal for silvered weapons. Silver is not a very strong material in and of itself. That's why it is typically either applied with silver oil or used on the edge itself, and then silver oil added to it as it starts wearing down.
True. I'll just take what I
And
Oh,
fucking
no.
like it.
get.
Because you're still under Diaz.
Yep.
Yeah, unfortunate. Well, no, it's just if I disagree with his commands, then I
You
get
suffer.
hurt.
Yeah, well, as you go down and talk to the assistant quartermaster, give him the letter. Do you say anything in addition to that?
I don't
If you,
suppose I
if
can
you
get a
can give
deal.
me,
Well, he's
if you can give me something that's heavy, I like heavy armor.
okay. That in and of itself isn't, it's just a category.
I didn't
So
break it. I said if he
I know,
can.
I know.
I did not say give me heavy armor.
I know, and I'm saying specifically even that is the assistant quartermaster would be saying what type of materials do you need, etc. to find out, and you'd get the least expensive of that type. So saying you use heavy armor, you're going to get heavy armor. It might be made out of lead, and
It's
painted
probably
up
hey,
in
that's
some
fine.
ring now.
painted up in some foreign country, but regardless, after a short bit, you are able to get mundane weapon and equipment, and have something suitable at least for the time being.
Wait, so what do I get?
You are able to get silvered equipment, but it is basically non-magical, no frills. It's just the most basic kind of stuff that can be produced in bulk when needed. Basically the sort of stuff before filigree and other things are added for the guard equipment, stuff like that.
Okay. So I can choose like what exactly it is.
Like I said, it would be the very least expensive version of whatever type of category it is. But
Heavy armor and a battle axe. Or whatever.
alright, Darwin, anything specific you are asking for?
Yes. So unfortunately, due to the magnetism of the beast and me tossing down my more metal objects to help others, I don't have those anymore, and I'm currently lacking weapons except for a simple stone hammer. Would it be possible that I can also snag something from the quartermaster to better help defend oneself?
Well, what type of equipment do you use?
Honestly, I could go just for simple crossbow and a couple extra throwing hammers, and I'll be good.
Well, we certainly have enough crossbows and bolts. Let me see as far as the hammer. He starts flipping through a book.
If not throwing hammers, could take a war hammer.
Well, we have a few that are just regular mundane ones. also three that could be of use. Have a little bit of magic. Unlike your friend there, Strahd didn't have a note saying not to give you something magical. Would be loaned out and needing to pay it back.
Sounds easy enough. Honest man making an honest living. Of course he's gonna give it back. Unless it's stolen from him. In which case he will try to get it back.
Alright. Well, that seems suitable enough.
Work fine and dandy.
So we have three. Might be of use to you. There is...
Appreciate the hospitality.
Yes, well, it's helping to keep us all safe, as far as I'm aware. So, that said, we have the Ardent Enforcer, Elianim, the Dawnspark, or the Warden's Hammer of Life.
More time on those names.
The Ardent Enforcer, Elianim, the Dawnspark, or Warden's Hammer of Life.
I like the Hammer of Life. That sounds pretty dandy. The Enforcer also sounds pretty dandy. Why am I copiously using the word dandy?
It's a dandy word.
Does Darwin know anything about
You
like what
dandy.
these weapons do in particular, or
I will say make an Arcana or History check at disadvantage.
disadvantage? Gotcha. Which one would be better? Definitely history. All right, we're going for history. All right, that's pretty good. Let's hope the second roll doesn't fuck it up.
2.
No. I'm hoping this is high enough. 18.
Okay.
For history.
Which is the one that you primarily are wanting information on before we go into the others?
We'll start with the Hammer of Life.
Okay. So, the Hammer of Life was a throwing hammer which was used by some individuals who were part of an order in the Frostheart that set about defending a few different valleys that came under their watch, and it passed on from individual to individual before they fell, and eventually somehow it ended up in Strahd's hands and into their armory. It was by more or less their clerics and druids and paladins, some blend of the three for their particular order, for defending creatures of those valleys and healing them and such. It is got a green metal handle between two silver spheres, and then the part past the handle is a still living, despite how long it's been severed from the original tree, piece of a branch that leads directly into this inscribed shaped hammer with green glyphs on it that faintly glow.
It had a magical effect, right?
Yes.
I happen to know what that magical effect is, or did I not get that much?
In Tales, there's a lot of different stories. One thing is that those that wielded it tended to do a lot of healing. And it is mentioned that the hammer did tend to glow.
Well then, yeah, I believe the Hammer of Light sounds just up my alley then.
Okay.
Anything about the crossbow at all, or?
Well, they did say that they had a lot of mundane ones, unless you were looking for something specific with them.
Something that's good at slowing an enemy down, but I mean, just a careful shot of a crossbow will do that plenty fine, so I mean...
Okay. So, they do have a few different general crossbows. They also have few oddities that were built by some of either former staff or guests. One in particular that stands out as being different from some of the rest is called Kaching.
Ching?
It is enchanted and designed, rather than using typical bolts, to use currency.
I don't have a lot of that at the moment because I keep it safe, so that's probably not a smart decision for me.
Okay.
Sounds
You
interesting.
ask
but
them anything
not
about
right
it despite that?
now.
Okay.
I'll probably end up looking for more of a heavier crossbow if they have it available.
Alright, so yeah, they do have basic heavy crossbows if that is what you would like to get. They do have some that have a means of firing a first bolt from it per day that will, if you choose to do so, illuminate when it hits a target. And
Said illuminate it?
it'll illuminate the bolt itself when it hits a target for the first time that it hits a target in the day. That will give advantage to somebody to hit it on their next attack at that creature.
Oh, that'd actually be very useful as well now I think about it. If they're fine with it, Darwin will go ahead and use that as well, since he's probably not going to be at the front lines for too much, but if it gives an advantage to anyone else who attacks it, that'd be pretty fine and dandy.
Alright. Okay. So, what do you say to Linnea to try and convince her?
Nothing really. Just, wouldn't you like to come with us to the Shimmer? I don't know Strut plans to send the guest.
It's shiny there.
It's very hot over there, and I know that you are not particularly fond of hot, dry. So I'd understand if you didn't.
That's certainly true. That's a big concern, to put it mildly. What exactly are you thinking that I'd be of use for in there?
I'm not sure. I just want you to be as safe as possible.
Well, I think I'm safe enough, at least with the rest, if, as you say, we need to use the castle. But I guess I will think on it. Go ahead and make a persuasion check.
Oh boy. Hurrah! 10. Eh?
Okay, you kind of cut in and out for a second there. What was the total result?
17.
Okay. So, she does say that she will think on it, and we'll find out at another point.
Alright.
So, everything done for the time being. Everybody's planning on taking a long rest.
I don't know how well we're gonna sleep with the pending doom below us, but sure. Why not?
Like a baby.
Alright. So, if everybody can make a wisdom and constitution saving throw.
Fantastic.
Said wisdom and constitution, right?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Wisdom was a 19. After modifier, Constitution was a nat 20. With 3, so 23.
Okay.
What did you do?
I don't know what I just did. I rolled 2 nat 20s in a fucking row.
Are you fucking kidding me?
It's great because those are like my 2 worst saving throws is wisdom and constitution. Well, technically intelligence is the worst, but wisdom and constitution are like my second. No, actually strength is worse than my constitution. Never mind. I guess constitution's like my third best. But so constitution for Darwin's at a 23. Wisdom for Darwin is at a 21. I guess I found the magical holding position. Holding it halfway between the fucking, just like kind of squeezing it between the fingers and then just dropping it on the corner of my keyboard and then letting it stick on the wires. It did it again.
Okay. 17 Constitution, 19 Wisdom.
Okay.
Found my magical net 20 generator.
God damn it.
If it happens again, it's a sign.
It's a sign that you need to stop using those dice.
Oh no, it was a nat 1 that time. I'm glad I didn't roll for anything. Oh my god.
I kind of wish I.
Yeah.
sleeping. Everybody is able to rest, and despite disturbing dreams, able to sleep without interruption, without taking on a point of exhaustion, and your mind doesn't feel further darkened than it already is.
I can cast spells again.
And any quick thing as you are waking up in character. Darwin,
Yes.
as you have slept, you are able to attune to the Warden's Hammer of Life. It does 1d6 plus 2 bludgeoning. Has a 60-90 range. You have a plus 2 to attack rolls made with the weapon. You have something called a Invocation of Vitality as a feature. Whenever you use an action to cast a spell that heals hit points and does not deal any damage, you can spend your bonus action to strengthen it with this invocation. Add 2d6 to the amount of hit points restored. You can use this up to 2 times per long rest. And it has Energizing Blow. Whenever you deal a critical hit with this hammer, you gain 1 use of Invocation of Vitality.
Oh. Okay. Have the page for the weapon, that way I can just save it down because I can't.
I'm just about to paste it, so I'm just
Sweet.
retyping it up.
As well, right?
Alrighty. And anything else that anybody is wanting to do as they are waking up before we end off for the night?
Nope.
Alright. And with that said, we will end the session off, and hopefully we will run another one next Sunday. If all goes well, on the 15th, we'll be doing a one-shot in the Fairhead system. Alpha playtest using some of the quick start rules, and it's called the Infernal Gambit. We will see if that happens, and see where things go from there.
On the 15th?
On
This
the
is Tuesday, right?
No, that is Saturday.
Noise.
Yeah, you had previously said that you had been tied up, unfortunately.
Well, I agreed to work the 14th, 15th. I left the other job. Well, I went to limited part-time for the second one. But I agreed to work the 14th and the 15th.
Right.
But that the store closes at 6 on. No, it's a Saturday, right?
Yeah.
I think it closes at 8, so I might duck in late just to kind of.
Listen in one way or the other.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to take it off air and can discuss a little afterward.
Yeah, Brad.